Right, on to part 2. If you guys have seen part 1 and you followed along and you liked it, hopefully that's good. This part is going to be on hard, so we need to make sure the difficulty is set to hard before jumping in. Wouldn't recommend doing the other difficulties, not needed. Don't give you trophies. So hard mode will unlock ultimate mode, which is like a breeze. So in this one, we're going to be having Oryu as our main companion. We don't need to get the black necklace in this one if you don't want to. It's just a pain to get in this one. It's better to just kind of focus on Oryu and just kind of go through the scenario with her. There is one thing for Kotaro we need to do in this scenario that will mess up the route later if you don't do it. So just make sure to do it. I will tell you what not to do because I actually do it in this one and you don't want to do what I did in this one. But I'll basically leave it doing what it's doing. If there's any parts that I need to jump in on, I'll do some commentary for it. If not, just enjoy the video. This will be all used scenario and then we'll do the other ones as well.
A new warrior.
And any miscellaneous achievements or trophies in between.
This is my new power.
In 1568,
Gold!
Do you have a permit? I won't allow you to enter the mine unless you have a permit.
Okay, this part here is the part you don't want to do. Do not speak to these NPCs, and don't go upstairs and speak to Kotaro, because we need to make sure we've never seen him at all in this playthrough. Otherwise, he will warn you about Oyu, and that will be the same scenario that we saw beforehand. So make sure to just never go upstairs, never speak to those NPCs, and just continue the game as normal. Right, so I'm going to start skipping around a bit now, because you guys, if you've seen the previous playthrough, you kind of know where you're going. Or if you've played this already and you just want to know how Oyu's route goes, pretty much the same thing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to skip through most of this, and we're only going to jump to sections where Oyu would progress her scenario. Okay, so we've got the mountain pass. We're going to go up the mountain. We're going to kill the boss. We're going to come back, and then obviously you get the red ring. You go back to the mountain, put the red ring in the thing. That takes you to the castle, and then once you're done with the castle, that's pretty much where you meet Oyu. So that'll be the first point that I'm going to show you guys, where this would be different, but you're going to see the way I did it by accident, because obviously I spoke to Kotaro and I was trying to get the fossilized bone thing, which you don't really need to get in this playthrough. You can get it if you really want to, but it's best to get it after you've met Oyu if you really want to get it. That's what messed me up in this playthrough. So just kind of follow this through, go into the mine, kill the boss, you'll return to the village, you'll get the red ring, use the red ring in the mine again, you go to the castle, you beat Gogendantis, or you fight Gogendantis, and then that'll be pretty much you coming back, and you'll see the Kotaro scenario, which is basically he will just appear and you meet him for the first time. He won't warn you about Oyu because he doesn't need to. Only thing I would recommend is just pick up every chest that you find, because they'll have like the crystal ball, they'll have things like the other items that you can get to gift, because she does have a few gifts, but I'll tell you what they are when we get to her. Right, so this is us back in the village after the castle. We've met Kotaro, and that should be the correct way of doing it for the first time. So you can speak to this guy if you want to. We're not going to use this item. I would just recommend speaking to this guy just as you come out to get the comb, because you can give that to Oyu. That's one of her favourite things. With that and the mirror, it's like a combination item as well. So got that. Now Oyu should be at the top of the inn, which is what we want to do now. So then, like I said, make sure to buy the couples ring. Go farm some gold if you haven't got enough, because that's a good boost for her. And we need to make sure they've got a decent amount of like rank, but they're going to be higher than everybody anyway. So just make sure, buy the couples ring, give her the comb as well that we got, and the mirror. Then once you've given her the comb, the mirror, and the couples ring, just go through the story as normal. The next place we're going to find her is in the Fog Valley, which is just before we meet Gogendantis. Not Gogendantis, the big weird boss with 4 legs that we fight. I can never remember his name. Goggenfats? Gibbonfats? Ginghamfats? Something like that. So go all the way through the game as you normally would. Get to the Fog Valley. So the way we do that is obviously to speak to the woman in the marketplace. She'll teleport us to our old place, etc. And then that will take us through there. Right, skipping a big chunk of the game here, but you should know where you're going by this point because this is the second playthrough. So make sure that you've grabbed all the Nobunaga idols. You'll get one before this with the wind thing that you break. You'll get one from him. And the next one's going to be in the next area. But this is where her second part of her scenario is, where you will also get a trophy called Trusty Teach as long as you do it properly. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So we go through here. We save at this point. And then we go up to the left like we did beforehand in the previous playthrough where the fish is. Yep, so just left of the save point, up the stairs. In this first area, you'll see her standing in the pathway just where the next statue is, behind the electrical gate. She wants to spar with you. So this is how it works. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to take turns blocking and attacking. So she's going to attack you first. So just keep your guard up. When you don't see her sword glowing, you just keep your block up. When you see it glow, you move. So when you see anything like that, just move out of the way and then block again. If she hits you more than twice, you won't get this trophy. And if you don't, then you just reload the save and you go again. Easiest way to do it. So just watch through this, watch what she does. Then she's going to tell you to attack her. What to do is attack her a few times, usually about 3 or 4, and then she'll fall to the ground. Don't swing anymore after that. So just do like 1, 2, 3, and then wait. If she doesn't drop, do 1 more, and then stop. Because she will go down and you'll accidentally hit her, and then that will cause you to not actually get this trophy. There you go. So when she drops to the ground, just wait for her to get back up, and then do it again. Rinse, repeat, and then at the end, you'll get the trophy. Then once we have that trophy, we get the other Nobunaga that we need. Go pretty much through the whole game. Next one's going to be when we're in Onigashima, which is the bit just after you fight Gogendantis again. So when you fight him on the water, when you go inside there, that's the area that you sort of will see her again. But I'll explain kind of when we get there. Because this is on hard mode, obviously a lot of the bosses are going to be ridiculously difficult. So that's probably the main struggle with this part of the game. You have a few bosses kind of back to back. You have the fat demon soon, and then you have Gogendantis, and then a few more bosses. So especially when you have to go Oyu and actually fight as her, that can be quite tricky. But I'm going to show you a tip for her next part when you play as her. So this guy isn't even a boss, but I know how difficult he can be. So when you get to this section, just before you get the Sacred Flute, make sure when you're fighting this guy, just do a couple slashes and then use L2 to throw a dagger, which will stun him so he can't slam you, because basically he can almost 2-tap you on hard mode. So yeah, just do this just to kill him. It does take a minute or so to actually do it properly. And also if you use your magic when he's swinging, you actually have invincibility through the swing, so it will give you a bit more damage to hurt him as well. But yeah, he probably will kill you a couple times, so just make sure to save before this. Okay, so just for point of reference, as her next part is quite tricky to... You'll probably run across her anyway, but just to make sure you know exactly where it is. So when you get the circle key, and you go up the ladder, you go through the door that's closest to you, she will be in this hallway. She'll talk to you, there'll be a battle with some Genma, and then once that battle's done, a Genma will break through a wall, and then that'll be pretty much her scenario over. So I'm going to leave this in here just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And then that means that you know this part of the scenario is done 100% properly.
Chube.
What is it?
I cannot stay. Get ready! Now!
Oyu, what were you going to say?
Oh, no.
Make sure to grab the red necklace as well, because apparently that means that the scenario is complete. So once that's done, that's that part of the scenario done. The next part is when we get to the waterfall at Gifu Castle again. So I'll skip forward to that so you guys know what I'm talking about. Just as another point of reference, this fish place just behind the castle. You go through here, go up a couple paths, and then this will be where she's getting attacked by someone. So just go past all these paths, or you will be getting attacked by one of the big Genmas, the big pole slash axe Genmas. Kill it, and then speak to her. She'll give you a health and a magic upgrade, and that will be the scenario complete.
Are you alright?
Right, and then when you get the Scarlet Key for the first time, you know exactly where this is if you played the game already, which we have because I've got the first part out. So go through this door, you'll hear Oyu scream Or you should do. There you go. So go through this door. Sounds more like a moan than a scream to me. So go through here, kill the enemies to get through the door. So this big thing's blocking your path. Make sure this is dead. Go through that door, and then she'll be on the other side trapped. In this section, you need to hold down this bar that's next to her. It will drain your health, so make sure if you need health, use health from your inventory.
Don't risk your life.
You need to do it 3 times to remove each restraint. So tap it once and then stop if you need to heal. And then do this 2 more times, and this will be the end of this scenario. And then once you've done this 3 times, remember to speak to her. You'll receive a book from her. That means that the scenario is complete. And now basically you just go through the game again, complete the game, and then we're on to playthrough number 3, which is Kotaro's route. So speak to her, book, there you go. So that means Oyu's entire scenario is done. Just need to complete the game, and by this point we're pretty much close to the end of it. So go through the game, kill Nobunaga, and then we'll see the end screen, which will be this. Do not panic when you see Oyu's percentage being at 92, that's normal. Kotaro's should be a little bit higher. That means that I messed up in this playthrough. The one on the very far right hand side of the screen that's blue and red, that is Kotaro and Oyu's one. The one below it should be filled in, which means Kotaro's would have been higher. So next playthrough we're going to do, which is Kotaro's route. Once we've done that, he should be 100% and Oyu should also be 100%. That's how you know you've done it right. So now we're going to go on to Kotaro's route. One thing before we go in there, make sure to do it on normal. I did it on easy to just try and see if it would actually be better. We're going to do it on ultimate mode, which means that we're going to get another trophy for having the ultimate weapon. And we're going to just be able to murder everything because we've got infinite magic. We have the super weapon, the Rekka-ken. We have a lot of healing items, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we're going to be flying through this, but make sure it's on normal because we're going to get the S rank during this playthrough as well. I had to do an entirely different playthrough just to get the S rank, just because I kind of messed up. With him, you have access to all of the demon realms, which makes it easier to get the 100%. And if you're doing this playthrough this way, make sure to get the black necklace because it will make it way easier. Otherwise you're going to have a harder time getting the S rank. So with all those caveats out of the way, let's start Kotaro's route, and I'll jump in and let you guys know kind of exactly what we're going to do. Right, so don't follow what you're seeing on screen. Put it to normal or hard, whatever you want to do, but don't do it on easy, because if you do it on easy with ultimate mode, it doesn't give you an S rank. You can still get an S rank on ultimate mode, but easy fully stops you from getting one. So do it on normal, enable ultimate mode, and then go through the game, and I'll let you know exactly what we need to do at certain points. So just remember from the previous playthrough, if you want to go back and watch that video, there'll be points where you pick up certain items, or I'll let you know what items give you the fossilized bone, because you will need to get them in order to actually get the black necklace to get the S rank, pretty much, because the black necklace will allow you to do crits. There you go, obtained the Rekka-ken, so that's another trophy done. So the black necklace allows you to get crits, and you need at least 450 to get 10 points. But if you have 150 crits, or just above that, that is 5 points, which is enough. So if you do all the demon realms, complete the game in less than 4.5 hours, do 150 crits, get 120,000 souls, and kill 900 plus demons, that will get you just enough so that you can actually get the S rank. And it makes it easier with Kotaro because he actually gives you access to the demon realms. You can't access them all without him. So yeah, so I'm going to explain kind of what we need to do, but if you need the items that will give you the fossilized bones, make sure to go back to the first part of this guide, because that is where I show you how we got them on that playthrough, which is going to be the exact same way we get it here. Okay, so like I said in Oyu's playthrough, what you don't want to do is this, but you actually do want to do it in this playthrough, because we need to meet Kotaro earlier than what we met him in Oyu's playthrough. So go and speak to these guys once you have met Ekei and Mogurichi, which will obviously trigger this cutscene when you go upstairs, which will spawn Kotaro in earlier.
He's here! Get him!
And there we go, that's that scenario complete. So for the second scenario, what we're going to have to do, before we go to the gold mine, we go to the marketplace and open the chest for the globe. And then up on the forest path, which is just before we get to the mines, you probably have already grabbed that because you need to speak to that guy before you can buy the permit anyway. You get the telescope. So then what you want to do is go back to Kotaro and give him the telescope and give him the globe. And then because he's higher than everybody else, he will automatically spawn at certain points in the scenario. That's why these are so hard to do, because you have no idea what you need to give and when. But thankfully, I've done this a few times now, so I kind of know exactly what to do. So hopefully this does help you guys. If it does, remember to leave a like, share the video, etc. But yeah, go give him the globe and the telescope. And then we're going to move on to the next part, which is when the fog valley happens. And it's going to be completely different to what we've done already. So telescope and globe, remember, give him both of them. Right, so this time, now we're in the forest, the fog forest. This will actually be impossible to do, for some reason, because Kotaro actually helps you get out of it. So skip the cutscene, we're going to be Kotaro now. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually be able to go into one of the demon realms. So I'll leave this part in here just so you can see the full Kotaro part. This isn't really needed exactly at this point, but if we're going to go for the S rank, we will need to do this. Make sure to open this box, because otherwise you can't absorb souls, and you need to be able to absorb souls to do this. There you go, so with the item in hand and the demon realm here, we jump into it. And this is where you need to do this because you need the items from the demon realm in order to save Jubei. So make sure to just run through the demon realms, kill everybody. He has pretty strong magic where he can turn pretty much invisible, and his attacks are pretty strong. You can buy his extra weapon from the inn if you really want to, not the inn, the item shop next to the inn. Which makes him a little bit stronger, but it's not really needed, we're only playing on normal. So just run through the demon realm and then we'll do the next one as well. Make sure to pick up this little flashing item on the ground because we need this. This is the redstone peg that we need to actually be able to save Jubei. We will also get our trophy for doing one of the first demon realms. I don't know why I call it demon realms, because I'm just used to saying that from the first game. And then second demon realm, where we need to get the other peg. So just blast through the realm. Trust me, you'll be able to handle this fine. This isn't going to be too hard for you on normal. Then remember to pick up the little shiny object. This is the other peg that you need. Complete this demon realm and then rescue Jubei.
Sexy Jubei.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Hey, you! Come out!
Look at me,
And because we have the Rekka Ken, Gigam Fats is going to go down super quick. So just kill him by mashing triangle or Y on the Xbox. Basically your magic button. There you go, he's dead. That was quick. So now that we've done that, you go past his dead body obviously. Save at the mirror. Or you can just go up to the left hand side, either way. This is where Kotaro is going to be. So speak to Kotaro. And he will ask us to find his pigeon. And funny thing is, his pigeon isn't actually too far. It's just along this way. Not this part. You go down. I just wanted to grab the Nobunaga statue quickly. So kill this thing, grab the Nobunaga statue, and then head down the way towards the screen. And that will take you to the bit where the fish were. Where we jumped up as Kotaro. And that's where your pigeon is. You'll see a demon eating it. So when you come towards the screen, when the camera's not being a douche, there's literally no enemies in here apart from the demon at the end eating the pigeon. So then kill it, get the item, take it back to Kotaro, and then that'll be that scenario done.
You found it? That's good.
One thing I will mention, because we're going for the S rank in this playthrough, make sure when you go back to the castle, and you obviously know where this tower is, go to the right hand side, disable this door. This will be where the next demon realm is. This is just another small-ish demon realm. So you should have picked up the green wedge just in that previous room. Use that, open it up, do the demon realm, that's the other one done. With the Rekka Ken, you're going to blast through this in like 5 minutes, so just blast through this entire thing, kill everybody, absorb all the souls, etc., because we need souls for the S rank, but there's a much quicker way to get souls, so don't worry. Third demon realm done. And got the items, so just leave. Then once we get to this part of the castle, when you go inside, Kotaro is going to be here again. he will basically be throwing bombs. So you want to stay in this room, kill all the enemies while he's throwing bombs, and then obviously wait for him to jump down, and then you talk to him to complete the scenario. So I'm just going to skip ahead because this takes a minute or two. Then once he jumps down, you just speak to him, and you'll get the book, which means that that scenario is done. Then the final part of this is going to be when you kill Gigamfats for the last time. But before you do that, there is one other thing we're going to do. So as preparation, if you guys are doing this and you're going for the S rank in this playthrough, you can always go for an S rank in a different playthrough, but it's a bit trickier. I'll link all the things down below. But make sure that you save on the airship, because this is where the big robot things are. At this point, you should have the black necklace as well, because obviously I did tell you to go for the black necklace at the start because it makes it much easier for crits, and you need a lot of crits in order to actually get the S rank. So what you would do is you would just keep critting these guys. You'll still have plenty of time to get past this area to get to Gigamfats and finish the game and get the S rank and also do the Demon Realm, because by this point you've probably only spent about maybe an hour or so on the game. So when you have the black necklace, you make sure you farm these guys until you have like 100,000 souls. Then what you're going to do, or maybe even less than that actually, what you're going to do is you're going to go further into the game to where the Phantom Realm is, which I'm actually going to show you just now. So the wedge for the final Phantom Realm is in this room just below the Soul Eater thing, before you actually get in to fight Gigamfats. So grab that, go up to the right, and this will be the doorway where the actual realm is. Use the wedge, go into the realm, complete the realm, and then what I usually do is I kill the boss up above to get into the castle type weird whatever the hell it is to kill Gigamfats, and I save beforehand. So then if I haven't killed enough enemies, done enough crits and things like that, I will just reload my save back to the bit where the robots is, because I managed to get 1,000 crits where the robots are in about 2-ish hours. So there's plenty of time to do it, because you can, as long as you're below 4 hours and a half, have absorbed 120k more souls or more, like we probably would have done with the robots, have killed 900 or more demons, which you will do by doing a couple runs of the demon realm here, 450 more criticals, which you will do if you have the black necklace. I literally had 1,000 when I did the S rank, and obviously all the Phantom Realm floors complete, which we have done because we're doing Kotaro's playthrough. You can't do all of the floors in another playthrough, it has to be with him. So doing it on this playthrough is the easiest, because you'll have pretty much free reign to do like only 150 crits if you want, because you only need 55 points in order to get an S rank. Doing it in less than 4 hours and a half gives you 10, 120,000 souls gives you another 10, 900 or more enemies defeated gives you another 10, so that's 30. Criticals, if you only do 150 criticals and you can't be bothered doing more, you don't need the black necklace. I did it without it. I just went in here and just criticaled the ones that I could, so that would be 35 points at that point. Completing all the Phantom floors would be another 10 points, that's 45. And then story completion above 65% would be another 10 points, so that's 55. So you're going to get that anyway by doing this. So it's up to you the route you take, but I've given you an easier way to do it. So if you want to get the black necklace, like I said, watch the previous playthrough part, because that will show you where the items are that will give you the fossilized bones. And then once you've done that, what you need to do is complete the game in less than 4 hours and a half, absorb 120k more souls, 900 or more enemies defeated. Only thing is that the game doesn't seem to track it in any way unless I'm not seeing where it is. But what you do is I just make sure I have an extra save, complete the game, and then see what the stats are at the end. So you should be able to get an S rank in this playthrough, hopefully. Just make sure you're managing your saves, because otherwise you're not going to have a save to go back on, and you won't be able to check what you have and farm souls and things like that. But like I said, the robots in the hallway are the easiest place to get criticals and the easiest place to get loads of souls. Then once you get to the end of this Phantom Realm, you'll have the red portal, go through it. And there is their trophy, glad that's over. Completed all the Phantom Realms, so easy peasy. Now time to kill Gigamfats and finish this off. Once you kill Gigamfats, you should see Oyu cradling Kotaro. Speak to them, skip the cutscene, that's his one fully done. So by the time you finish this, you should have 100% of Oyu and 100% of Kotaro. Last one to go is Ekei. And yeah, this will show you at the end of mine that I haven't got 100% with him, just because I messed up the one that I told you about previously. But as long as you're following what I'm saying and not exactly what I'm doing on screen, then you should be fine. I only tell you things if I've done anything wrong, because I've played this through so many times now that I've done pretty much everything you can do. Once we kill the golden evil statue again, we'll also get Ultimate Demon, which is for completing the game in Ultimate mode. Ultimate mode is so much fun, I actually love this mode. And then I'll show you the stats afterwards. There you go, so Kotaro should be at 100, but he's not because of that one on the very far right. Yeah, that should be the one that shows him at 100, but it doesn't. This right here is the stats, but it's because I was playing on easy, even with over 900 enemies defeated, over 150 criticals, doing all the Phantom Realms, over 120k souls, and doing it in less than 4.5 hours, I still only got an A. So yeah, make sure that you do this on normal at least, because otherwise you're not going to get an A rank, and you're probably going to have to do another playthrough in order to get it. And once more into the breach for the last character. So this is going to be Ekei's playthrough. His playthrough is not too crazy, like pretty easy. You don't need to do anything with any other character, just him. And like I said before, if you want to go do the black pendant, black necklace thing, do it. But you don't really need to do it because we will already have the S rank from the previous playthrough as long as you did it on normal. And yeah, you should be fine. So I'm going to skip ahead to when you should be doing things for Ekei. Alright, so first things first, we need to meet them. So into the inn like last time, so go to the gold mine, then go to the inn. Make sure to buy the parrot from the store, the blue parrot, and grab the folding fan from upstairs. Once you've done this, give both of these to Ekei. And then that's you basically will automatically complete the scenario after defeating the alligator enemies in the mine with the help of Ekei. You might have already got this in previous playthroughs, but we're just going to do this just to make sure. So then go through to the mines like we're about to do just now. So this time it won't be Magoichi, it'll be Ekei. So he'll be fighting alongside you. Since it's on ultimate mode, you'll just be able to rinse through pretty much every single enemy here. So just kill them all. That'll be his scenario ended here for this part. Once we're out the mine, we can speak to Ekei. Sometimes he will basically give us like a little quest here. If not, give him an item that he really likes. You can either give him like vodka or like some other thing from the shop. Pretty much just anything that will give it. Like I said, I'll link all the stuff down below for the ones that will be A ranks or B ranks or something with them. He will basically give you this thing to say, this woman stole my pendant or my little bell, go find it. So I'm going to leave this in here, just go find her a few times, and then she'll give you a bell, you speak to Ekei, you give him the bell, and that'll be the end of the scenario.
Jubei, how can...
I've always done this on every playthrough, but because his next part won't be until much later, when you have the chance, buy the couples ring, which will allow you to boost his thing even higher. I don't think you need it, but I've done it on every playthrough just to make sure. So just make sure you buy it. That'll be after you find Oyu. So when you come back to the town after you get her, that's when you can buy the ring and then just give it to him. I'm not 100% sure if this one is needed, but I got it on my playthrough, so even though I've checked a bunch of different sites, they don't seem to mention this one, but just do it anyway. So when you first get your earth hammer, you're going to run through this area, and you're going to come through the main door here, and there's going to be a scene with Ekei here, just past this area. So once you get through here, Ekei's in the next room. It'll be like a miniature cutscene, that's why I don't want to leave this one out. He will also be in another area with this. So, yeah, this part first, and then the next part will be the actual scenario bit. Then when you go down the elevator that you use with the fan, a couple doors away, you'll be in the room that used to have all the big robots in it. There will be no robots here, and you will be able to go and find Ekei in a corner. He will be banging on the door, and then you'll get attacked. That's where a yellow necklace will be. Make sure to pick up the yellow necklace in the box. That will be the way to end this scenario part of it. So you'll see it here, it'll trigger a cutscene. Skip the cutscene, and then there you go. Yellow necklace will be right behind here. Kill the enemy, and that's it. Right after getting the Scarlet Key, we're going to find Ekei again in the wind area, like the one with the elevator. So I'll show you exactly where he is. So we're going to go through this way. Just ignore everybody, we don't need to fight them. But I think at this point I was trying to get the S rank, so ignore me just now. Like I said, I'm guiding you guys through this so you don't need to make the mistakes that I did. I've played this enough that it makes it easier that I explain it. So he'll be in this room here. He's sitting on the floor. He'll basically say he's exhausted. He'll tell you exactly where he needs like a stamina drink. And the stamina drink is just before the room where you put the Scarlet Key in. So pretty much down here, down the lift, cross a couple rooms, up the ladder, and then you'll see it flash on the floor before you get to the room. There you go, just before the door, a little flash on the floor, stamina drink. Go bring that back to Ekei, and that will complete his entire scenario. Only thing is you do need to complete the game for it to count, but then once you have completed the game, you will get the trophy for the outfit for basically 100% in all the stories. So this was my playthrough with Ekei. finally got my S rank, so I didn't need to do all the Phantom Realm floors, I just had to get 1,000 odd criticals. But that's what should have happened in the previous playthrough. If you were following along, you would have got your S rank. But in this playthrough, I got this, because this is what should happen at the end of Ekei's playthrough. This is the beautiful screen that should await you after Ekei's one. 100% story completion on everything. The trophy doesn't actually pop here for the actual outfit, it pops on the one for the rank. I don't know why, because it's not based on rank. I guess that's because it's the final completion of the game. So once we skip through and we get all the rank out of the way, less than an hour, this was me just running through it really quickly just to get this. So C rank, but trophy, there we go, fashion model. So that is all use alternate outfit. And then the only thing we have left to do are just a couple mini games and things like that. So all we have left to do is Team Oni and Puzzle Phantom. So we're going to do that next. So Puzzle Phantom is accessed from the special features, just like every other one. So you go into here, it's just a bunch of those lockbox puzzles. I'll leave the solutions on the screen, but if you guys want like a written version where it says like right side, middle, arrow, things like that, I'll link the site that I used for these puzzles on there, because I can be bothered figuring these out myself, and sometimes looking at a written guide is easier than someone showing you a video of them doing it, and because you have to pause all the time unless you're just looking at it and just doing it by hand like I was doing. Okay, so Team Oni isn't as bad as the Oni Spirits minigame from the first game. It does take a little bit of practice. This took me about 2 attempts, just of like making sure I knew which characters were what. But Magoichi seems to pretty much sweep this entire game just because of the fact that he can shoot from a distance. And in this mode, your character's health does deplete. You can't really absorb yellow orbs from enemies unless you're Oyu, because her magic still withdraws orbs from them. So what to do is just pretty much stay on Magoichi the entire time. The blue pots will drop yellow orbs, and the grey pots drop blue orbs. I don't know why they do that, but that's the only way to heal, really. You will get some items in between rounds, as well as upgraded items and guns and things like that, so keep an eye out for those. If you are running low on health and you switch to a character, the one that you were on before, their health will stay the same. If you're going through a portal and you have a character who's on lower health, switch to them just before going through the portal, because you get an actual health boost when you go through the portal as well, as long as they're obviously not on death's door. It'll still help either way. So basically just stay on Magoichi most of the time. I actually almost screwed up right at the end because I was panicking trying to aim with Magoichi, as you'll probably see in this video. But for the most part, it's all pretty easy, especially if you use him and you're not getting hit as much, because you're further away, so you're just shooting everybody. This one's probably the most annoying one, because you need to switch to someone who can stab, because you need to actually kill the frogs that are in the water. And like I said with the fish in the previous playthrough, it's quite hard to stab things sometimes, because you just overshoot it, like this, a lot of the time. So this one might be the trickiest one for most people. But yeah, just watch through the playthrough, see what I do. You'll get upgrades and things as you progress, and it's not too long. It maybe takes like 10-15 minutes of that, so it's not too much off your life if you fail a run. But yeah, just keep it in mind. You can't really heal unless you get the orbs from the pots, or if you're Oyu. What I did is I hit a few people with Oyu, and then I switched to someone else to absorb the soul to heal them. So you could do that as well. And the last boss can actually be cheesed, which I noticed when I was doing it. If you get round the back of him and just hit him once without comboing him, just one and then stop, one and then stop, one and then stop, the boss will actually die quite easily. So I'll jump in and talk at the end as well, but just watch this throughout here.
Namu! Ouch! Namu! Feel my power. Feel my power. Feel my power.
Ready.
Feel my power.
Yeah, so this boss right here, I guess, is supposed to be the most difficult one. But when I actually figured this out, like I said, this was only my second playthrough. When I figured this out, I was like, this is so easy. Like, Oyu's not even that strong, but she managed to, like, a few hit him. So, get behind them. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. If you get too close to one of his sides, he will block. But if you're behind them, he won't. So just make sure you get behind them and then just do 1, stop, 1, stop, 1, stop. There you go, dead. How easy is that? And that's your platinum. If you followed along the guide as precisely as this and you got the platinum, please leave me a like, guys. This took quite a long time to figure out, especially with all the stupid items that you need to give people and all that sort of stuff, as well as how the relationship works and which things you need to do where. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed this guide. I hope it has been helpful. Hope it's been comprehensive and it hasn't been confusing at all. If it has, leave a like, leave a comment, etc. Let me know how you're enjoying the guide. Let me know if you like Onimusha. I really hope that they do Onimusha 3 before the remake or the new one comes out. I actually can't wait for that game. 100% playing that on stream. So if you like anything like that as well, I do also stream on YouTube, potentially streaming on Twitch soon as well. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.